Okay. Now we're trying again.
We didn't have to say we were trying again.
It's okay.
Nobody
This is a part
knows.
two.
Nobody knows.
We made a mistake. We had to start over.
Okay.
So let's start over.
Okay, this is the theme song. This is the theme song of when wife gives you lemons, when John gives you lemons. John. Theme song.
I don't give lemons. Well, I guess I have given you a lemon. I've bought them and handed them to you many times.
Okay.
Welcome.
Hi.
Toodles. Wait,
Hi. Do
not
you have any
Toodles.
notes?
Hi. I did. I did. I used them up.
Well, nobody knows. Nobody's going to know.
They'll never know.
Nobody's going to know.
They'll never know.
We accidentally talked about something we are not allowed to talk about.
Right.
So we
well,
had to
I
restart.
screwed up.
No, it's fine.
I screwed it up.
So we had to restart the podcast. But
Joy
we were
called
only,
me a bitch and slapped me, too. It
we
was
were
fucked
only
up.
10 minutes in, so it's fine.
10 minutes in.
fine.
It was like halfway point. We're like heading downhill. It's 8 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. We're like, is it bedtime yet? Is it bedtime? God, we're
Is
so
it really
old.
8 o'clock? Oh my God, I'm so tired.
You know,
Okay, so
I won't tell you that I didn't have like a 20-minute power nap today. It was
good
kind of
for
nice.
you. Good for you. So I was just on the phone with my dad because he was asking if I got my Indian card yet, and I was like, no. She said it was going to be like 2 weeks behind, and he's like, I don't know. My dad. He's like my dad.
Well, you should call them and get them to hurry up.
So he was saying that my brother's sick, and he's like, yeah, your brother has like an infection, and I was like, does he have chlamydia? And then my dad's like, no, and he laughed. So then we got off the phone, and I immediately text my brother, and I was like, Dad just said you had chlamydia.
Dad just said it. So you just blamed it on your dad. And you know
then-
what? He probably believed it, too.
And then he goes, did you know 90% of koalas have chlamydia? I found out the hard way. Guess I have to stop fucking koalas now. Maybe I'll move on to I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
or a platypus.
So my brother-in-law's into, fucking koalas and getting chlamydia.
But I have to text
Do you
him.
think that's what he calls his wife?
I don't want to know.
He calls her koala.
No, she'd be more of a panda.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my goodness. If you know, you know.
Oh my God, I didn't mean to say that.
You did.
So-
We ain't starting this one over. Oh, my God, I'm telling her.
So I'm gonna text him back because when I took Brody. I've never taken any of my kids on field trips because I fucking hate other people's kids. I barely stand our kids.
She can't stand field trips because she has trauma from her dad fucking
I
driving
do.
her to the wrong field trips.
We went to.
I'm surprised he didn't land you in like a different group. No, the school will work. It's probably a similar school. Go
She
ahead.
looks familiar.
Dad, I've never seen any of their people. These are high schoolers. No, that's all right. You're 7th grade.
You're
Go.
smart. You're smart, Joey.
You're smarter than most of them.
So then, when I took Brody on a field trip to the zoo, and we had the craziest fucking docent. And this dude, first of all, he was like, "We're gonna make sure the kids see every fucking animal in the zoo." And this man walked so fast, and I'm like, "Come on, kids,
It
come
was
on!"
like on fast forward.
Even Brody's teacher was dying laughing. She's like, I saw you guys just zooming. I was like, they're so little. Their little legs don't work that well. But this guy was like, but he was also, he was an old guy. And so we get to the koalas and he's like, hey kids, thankfully you didn't say anything about chlamydia. But he was like, did you know when koalas are born, they're allergic to eucalyptus. And the way they become immune to eucalyptus is they eat their mom's poop. And they were all, ew! And I was like, what the fuck? And then we're walking.
He's all, look, there's one right there. See the greens in there?
And then we're walking.
They pick it out of there. Sometimes they warm it up in the sun.
I guess because so then we get somewhere else and this animal pees and the other animal starts licking it up and the kids are all, ew! And I'm like, fuck my life. This is awful.
Do you remember when you and I were there with one of the kids? Obviously, we were there with one of the kids.
Uh-huh.
And I'm almost positive it was you and I. I mean, it could have been like Tyler being a baby.
Right.
That old. But it's a random thought. But I remember looking at the chimps and the chimps started like basically doing a porn show in front of the fucking window.
That was me.
And we were up top, and we
had to-
were looking down, cracking up because there were schools down there, and they're all watching this fucking chimps just go after it.
Yes. Did you know
That shit cracked me up.
somebody just mentioned that they had to close the chimp exhibit to people because, well, they were saying it's because one of the chimp moms miscarried a baby and they were mourning.
Right.
The chimps were actually playing with the dead body and throwing it around, and so they had to close that part of the zoo down until they were tearing
done.
it limb from limb.
Until they were done killing it?
Yeah.
Even though it was already dead?
Yeah. Fucking chimpanzees are fucking nuts.
So...
Do we want to talk about the gorilla?
So say you are at an exhibit, like a gorilla exhibit or a chimp exhibit, and the chimp poops in his hand and throws it at you. What would happen if you shit in your hand and threw it back at the chimp?
It would probably be like, oh, dominance.
He'd be like, oh shit, that one was solid. That one hit hard.
I'm sure somebody's had to have thrown
Oh my God.
shit. Like, if we Google it, I'm sure.
Did someone throwing shit at him?
I'm throwing it back.
Have you ever seen the video that the keeper, he's throwing things out to the chimps on the little island thing? He's hucking them out there. And he hits the one and he's, oh, what the fuck?
He gets all pissed off. It
He's
does.
like-
It's so human. It's crazy.
They're kind of creepy.
I mean, we might have, allegedly. Fuck.
I don't know how we couldn't have.
I don't know how to say it anymore.
Whatever.
But anyway, so when Caleb was super little, we took him to the gorilla exhibit.
Yeah, and it was a brand new exhibit at the time. It was like the new hottest thing at the LA Zoo.
One of my eyelashes is in my eye. So we go, and John's got Caleb in a stroller. Was he in the stroller or was he out?
I was holding, the first time, I was holding him next to the glass.
Right, and the gorilla just starts running towards the glass. People screamed,
Like,
actually.
Everybody, there was like probably 20 people under there, kids and adults, and they all screamed, and he was eye to eye with me and Caleb.
And
like
everybody
eye to eye.
ran. And he,
He stopped
so
at the
close
glass.
and then turned around, and it was fucking creepy. So,
like a no joke, like him and I were eye to eye when I was like, he's coming through the glass.
Well, then we tell Caleb this story, and Caleb's our little thrill seeker, right? So we tell him, and he's like, I want to go see the gorilla.
This is a couple years later.
Yeah, I want to go see the gorilla. I want to go see the gorilla. And we're like, okay, cool. So we go around the opposite side, and this is where the big ditch
viewing
is.
pit.
Right, it's a big ditch. It's not where the glass is. And I'm like, look, Caleb, there he is. And I am not kidding you. John was there. Caleb was there. They can say it. That gorilla looked at Caleb, stood on its hind legs, started pounding its chest and making that noise. And Caleb goes, I want to go see the little monkeys now. And we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we're leaving.
So then we go home.
I always have that vision of them jumping over I was like, how do you know they can't?
Yeah.
It used to be a guess.
Uh-huh.
Like, how far can that tiger jump? I don't know. Let's test it.
Right.
He only went 16 feet. I mean, that's good enough, right?
We'll make it 17. It's fine. So then
16-2.
we take Caleb home, and we're like, hey, he was telling Nana and Papa about his trip to the zoo, and we're all, hey, Caleb, tell Papa about the gorilla. And he looks at my father-in-law, and he goes, Papa, that gorilla was pissed off. And we're like, no, Caleb. And we go, you can't say that. He goes, Mom, that gorilla was pissed off. And I was like, well,
it was kind of terrifying to hear that thing hit its fucking... When you hear that thing pound his chest, could you imagine that in the wild? I would shit myself.
It was so just thick. I want to massage a gorilla. Oh.
He's a little lower, Joy. Let's work on the back. Ooh.
Oh, my God. I didn't even have this in notes. This one's... Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you now. This one's way better than the other 10 minutes anyway. Right?
It already is.
Right. So I had a guy the other day. I was massaging him, and he goes, so, has anybody ever asked you to massage their prostate? And I go, do you want me to stick my finger in your butthole? And he goes, no. And I was like, I mean, I'm sure I could do it. And I don't think it'd be cheating. And I was like,
fine line.
I could milk your prostate.
It's a fine line.
And he goes, do you milk it like a cow's udder? And I'm all, no, you don't put your... I go, you stroke milk it. And he was like, how do you know this? And I was like, well, not by my husband. I can fucking tell you that because he won't let me touch his butthole. And then we got in a whole, pegging story. So it was...
He's also, do you ever want to peg somebody?
But I thought it was hilarious. So yeah, oh my gosh, that fucking zoo trip was so awful. Oh, and then there was this one bird, and he was like, "Yeah, you guys see that talon in the back? It can eviscerate you, and it can slice you from head to toe." And these are tiny
kids are like freaking out. Somebody was just telling me they went to the LA Zoo recently, like really recently. It might have been Jamie with his little one. He's all, "There ain't no fucking animals there anymore."
Really?
He's like, there are none there. He's like, it's fucking tiny, and it's nothing.
Huh.
You know, like I don't think there's any lions there anymore. I think they're all gone. I think they all shipped them off somewhere else because their confinements aren't good.
They're also on loan. Did you know they're all on loan?
Yeah, they all loan each other.
Yeah, and the pandas are on loan because they
almost
want
like
to
roller coasters.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, like they do at the Six Flags. They'll be like, "We're done with the Shockwave. We're going to send it over here and call it
the Stunner."
Yeah, we're going to call this one Two in the Pink. The other one's called The Stink.
So, do you want to do any of your notes?
Nah.
Okay.
Maybe next time.
Okay, keep them then.
Yeah,
okay.
I will.
So also we went. Okay, so Sunday I went to the Comedy Store. It was the goddamn Comedy Jam. It was it's so funny because
you were saying it was one of the best ones
I walked in and I was talking to someone and I go, "This is going to be a good." Oh, it was Matt, the photographer. Matt, I really like Matt. He shows me pictures of his baby all the time, and I was like, "This is going to be a good show tonight." And then, like, I'm not kidding you. Like 20 minutes later, Josh walked in and he goes, "This is the show," and I was like, "I fucking knew it." Well, then Polly was there. I have met Polly
Shore
so many times. I've done comedy in front of Polly.
Right.
Polly acts like he meets me I worked at the store. He acts like we're meeting for the first time every time. Yeah. But I gave him a massage.
Right. And it's weird because he doesn't know who I am, but he always comes in and recognizes me, but doesn't know who I am.
It's so...
Like, he'll always come and go, "Hey, it's nice to see you, man. How are you?" And I'm like, "Fine."
But see, that's the thing.
But he doesn't remember me, but he because he doesn't know my name.
Uh-huh.
But he's seen me, I guess, probably maybe my sexiness stands out. Even Bobby Lee thought I was handsome.
Well, that's the thing. I'm going to slide right into that. And I was on Monday, I made John go with me because I didn't want to drive in the rain. And I wanted to practice my martial arts. And
yeah, I could be a quarter mile away and you're like, "Ah!" You know what it's like? It's like the Austin Powers with the steamroller.
Stop!
And there's a dude like 100 feet away. "Get out of the way!" And he just doesn't.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so John went with me, and it was a fucking fun night. It was so much fun, but I was telling my friend Justine Moreno and her friend Julia, I was like, "Man, everybody loves John, and everybody acts like John's the comedian." And I was like, "Everybody loves my husband." And then John comes in and he sits down, and I'm not kidding you, not like 3 minutes later, Bobby Lee walks in, ignores all of us, sits next to John and goes, "Hey, dude, you look handsome tonight." And we fucking died laughing. And I was like,
and then
Bobby!
Like 2 people asked when I was going up, too.
Right.
"Dude, when you going up?" I don't do that stuff.
Nobody knows that I need to get back into it. That's my fault. But, it's hard driving to Hollywood every fucking night. But whatever.
Fuck that, yeah.
So, so then everybody was kind of in a little tizzy because Matt Rife showed up. And so Matt Rife walks in and he goes, "Hey, is there any water?" And John goes, here's the last bottle. And he's like, "Thanks, man." So Matt Rife's super nice to John, too.
Yeah, he goes, thanks, man. There's my boy.
Right.
Like something silly like that. And I was like, "Well, all right, kid.
Good
job."
Which was hilarious, too, because Bobby Lee let Matt go in front of him. And he's like, "Yeah, I just looked into his little puppy eyes and told him he could go." It was so... He's like, "I let the youngster go." And it was fucking hilarious because I was massaging Bobby. But then John leaves to go watch Matt. And then Trevor Wallace walks in. And I've always told Trevor he's my favorite young, skinny, white kid. Because, Matt came into, but Trevor was there first. And Trevor walks in and he sits down and he's like, "Hey, is there any water?" And I go, "Dude, John just gave Matt Rife the last bottle of water." And he goes, "Oh, fucking Hollywood, man." And and then he pretended to pout. He wasn't, but it was so funny. So it was
That is
just
funny.
And then, yeah.
You know what was really funny too was when they're like, all right, so Matt Rife's coming in. Eliza Schlesinger came and she's all, ain't going on before me, man.
Oh, that's another thing. I forgot.
Which I thought was super. I thought it was kind of funny because she was like, no.
She's like, I'm pregnant. And she is. She's due.
And then they're like, okay, Bobby's coming. She's like, no. Okay, well, Andrew, no. She's like, this is my spot. This is where I'm going. You're going to have me here. And then Josh goes, I'm scared of you. He looked at her dead in the eyes and goes, I am terrified of you. Whatever you want.
Josh, I love Josh so much, but he is deathly afraid of her, and it's fucking hilarious.
And he almost got it. If he would have said it louder and she would have heard it, she probably would have laid into him. Because he, she's pretty hardcore, like was it feminist? I mean, what is she?
No, she's just girl power.
She's very girl power, lady. Like
she's
empowerment.
Woman.
She's very empowerment.
Yeah, and she's a powerful woman in Hollywood.
Correct.
She clawed her ass up there.
But she, she's one that physically, like somebody like went to vape or something. She's pregnant. She's all immediate. It was like, yo, hey, not here. Like totally mommed them immediately.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit, right. And then, so if you walked up and were like, hey, sugar tits, you know what I mean? She's gonna be like, go fuck yourself. Right. And so Josh did something, and he's all, it's gonna be so great, babe, or something like that. And I was like, You're so lucky she didn't fucking hear that last part, dude. And I literally thought that out loud, like in my brain. I was like, "Oh, dude, that was so close." Like if she had heard that, it would have been like, "Listen, you would have got mommed hard."
Well, it's funny because she has energy, and she came, and I was like, "Hey, are you getting?" She's due on Friday, and I was like, "Are you?" She's like, "Oh, I'm getting a massage." And I was like, oh, make sure you get, they do your ankles right here. And she's like, oh, I thought it was higher. And I'm all, no. And then I was like, and make sure you get the golf balls right here. And I go, you know what? They'll know. They'll know what to do. I was like, we all learn. And she was like, would you rub my ankles? And I was like, oh, my God, yes. Because I'm pregnant. I don't care who you are.
Right.
You're
You like
pregnant.
doing
And I
pregnant
like
women. I get it.
just. But
you like doing pregnant women.
I
tramps.
do. And then
No,
there was another guy there. And he kept talking like he knew her. And I could see her, and she kept like kind of just talking to me. Like you could tell she was like, what the fuck? And then when he left, she looked at Justine and she goes, who the fuck was that? And Justine's like, oh, and we kind of explained who he was. And she's like, I won't be nice to a male comic until I've known them for 10 years, because about 10 years is when all the rape allegations come in. So then I know that they haven't hurt someone. And I was like,
that's hilarious.
Fucking kind of true, though, because like there's been a couple that surprised me that I knew for a long time. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, he's dead now. Fuck him.
Who?
Jack.
Oh, I was thinking about Brian.
Oh my God, I saved a freaking TikTok for you that was super funny. I forget who it was. I think it's Sarah Weinshank.
Okay.
And it is funny because she gives everybody a piece of it, and it's fucking hilarious. And it gives like Chris D'Elia and all those guys like a bunch of shit, and it's pretty fucking impressively funny.
Okay, I have another one, and I think I was funny, but all I wrote is must be Santa Adam.
Santa Adam?
Yeah, but
Is that like a town like Santa Ana, but you can't say, hey, Santa Adam?
But I remember it was funny, and I don't remember what it was.
Don't you hate that?
Damn it.
I hate that. I'll write like Pop-Tart penis and be like, what the fuck was that?
Pickle pancakes. I still have that fucking note from 10 years ago, and it's pickle pancakes. You know what? And I remember.
One of these days, I'll have to go through. I have random notes in my stuff that are random as fuck.
So, so the Comedy Store was super fun. The night was super fun. We got to see just a lot of people that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good night.
Alex Hooper came in. That was super cool. I don't know. It was a fun night, but we got home super late. John kept trying to fall asleep at the wheel.
No, I wasn't. I was tired.
He was super mad at me. And then we got home, and like I fell right to sleep. And then fucking Franny was like, Mom, I gotta poop. Mom, I gotta poop. Mom, I gotta poop. And I was like,
it just takes me a while to regroup. I can't. I'm not in late hour shape anymore like I used to be.
So yeah, do you have any other notes?
Not really.
Okay. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah.
feel
It's been,
like I said- yeah,
it's been okay.
okay.
It's a fun little show here.
Okay, I have to.
It's a good one, fuckers. Take a listen.
Evo
Enjoy
Nerds.
us.
Yeah, I'm sure in a couple weeks we're gonna have a lot.
Oh my God, we're getting ready to stomp on some freaking notes. It's gonna get crazy here for the next few months. Every episode is just gonna get more tense and more tense.
It's
I
gonna.
guarantee you we'll have a fight on one of them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll leave you at least once during this whole next 3 months. You'll be lucky if we make it. I'm already wadding up that 20 years and throwing it right now. I'm just gonna tell you, it's fucking over.
Swoosh. Yeah, this is gonna be. It's gonna start getting.
Our son's moving out.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Tyler's
next week,
moving out in like a week and a half or some shit.
Yeah, and then a week after that, we're having the engagement party, and the
Then
fucking
then
guest list is like already almost 50.
And then it's Caleb's birthday, and then it's Breather.
Not really. I was thinking about it. The kids have spring break in April.
Well, that's okay.
It's still a lot.
Yeah,
and then
it's
May's
easy.
your
They're home.
birthday,
We don't have
and
to
then
pick them up.
May's
Don't worry
your
about my birthday. I don't give a fuck.
And then 20th is Caleb's graduation.
And
then
then
2 weeks later is
the
Tyler's
wedding. And then we
and
go.
then that weekend we go.
Then we go Vegas,
We go to-
and then live in San Diego, bitches.
Oh shit, that's good. Oh my god, you guys. Oh, sorry.
Thought you were trying to high five.
I kind of was, but you ignored it, and then I pretended that I wasn't, and then when you tried to high five me, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's."
Oh,
what
I
we're
guess
doing.
I won't let you hang, bitch.
Boom. Yeah, you guys, the live is going to be
Yeah,
insane.
well-
And I think I'm decided, I haven't talked to John yet. I think we're going to go live where we'll go
Oh, I
live.
thought so too.
Like, we'll go live on Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so we'll just go live on Facebook.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Fuck them all.
All right, lick my clit, surprise.
Yep, licking clit and subscribe-ish. Something. Good day. God, why are you telling me what to say? You don't know me. You don't know my life.